What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from Switch Force, and as you know, Switch is life. This thing is the gaming goodness that has graced us this year, this decade, maybe this lifetime. It is incredible, and the Switch Lite has brought a brand new, beautiful way to play this system and all of its games in a very portable fashion. I love the thing, but there was a certain Switch Lite that I loved the most. There was a certain Switch Lite that was coming out right before the biggest game of Nintendo's year, and it looked oh so sweet, and so we're gonna check it out together today. Let me know what you think of the Zacian and Zamazenta Pokemon Sword and Shield Switch Lite in the comments down below. This is the gold mine. I'm gonna get rid of my other Switch Lites now that this guy is out. I bet a lot of you have been waiting for this one if you've been holding out on a Switch Lite. Now let's get right into it. I gotta go on a trip. There's barely anything in this box, so I made it nice and quick for us. We've got the charger. That's what comes in the box. You get the charger. It's right here. Hello, thanks. It's a charger. And then you get the system itself. They make these unboxings so easy nowadays at Nintendo because the goodness is right there. Boom, boom. Boom, baby. This thing is brilliant. Take a look at the Pokemons on the back, those Gen 8 legendaries, rocking very subtly, and I actually love and appreciate the fact that they went so subtle. I think the more intense they are, the more off-putting it is probably for those that aren't super mega hyper show-it-off fans. And I think it is a sleeker, sexier, sweeter system by having it be almost invisible. I mean, your hands are going to cover it pretty much if you're playing this thing. So no one will see those markings unless you want them to. You can play like this, I guess, and use the joysticks that way. Also, if you have a case, I've been really fond of sort of the light. I guess it's not really a case. It's more of like a container. I like this right here that holds the Switch Lite and allows you to kind of keep it protected. But dude, the buttons are beautiful. The blue and then like this magenta, dude, this is like straight up Blue's Clues edition. If it didn't have the Pokemon on the back, I'd be like, is this a custom Blue's Clues? Blue's Clues is coming back, by the way. Did you know that? They have like a new dude. It's not Steve, it's not Joe, it's a new dude. It's coming back, but this would be like blue and magenta rocking. It's maybe not even so magenta. I mean, it is kind of magenta. It's almost like jelly. Like a jam, a jelly, like a grape strawberry fusion, like a berry jelly, like a beautiful, delicious spread that I'm gonna rub all over my gaming life because this is the go-to Switch Lite. It's the same price as the others. Now I'm gonna show you in comparison. We've got the turquoise, which is the top dog. This is the color of choice. And now we have the gray. And it does look very just like a gray Switch Lite from the back, which may appeal to some people because if you recall, the other Switch Lite is a dark gray. It's almost like this color gray. It's the only Switch Lite that I don't have to show you. It's, to me, the most boring one, but some people like that subtle, basic color scheme. This is a totally different gray, even from the back. And then the front gives you those incredible buttons. I love that color scheme. I think it's just so sweet, and it's so 3DS of Nintendo. You know how many handhelds they did custom colorways, or at least like unique colorways and cool limited editions, whether it was Pikachu or going like Mario or Zelda. They themed their handhelds, and that's what they got going on with the Switch Lite. Now, maybe some of you just want like a straight color. Maybe you just want that mango popsicle up in your life. It's very tropical. You know, when we look at the Switch Lite, the turquoise and the yellow, the two main colors that they have, it's very tropical, and I think this one is a trendy choice because it's going basic for the main color, and then it's going kind of cool and wild with the button schemes and the sticks. I love the Switch Lite. I haven't talked about it in a long time. I've got like a full in-depth review if you want to know about the Switch Lite in detail and what it offers and how it differs and why I like it. But just to kind of touch on where I'm at now that I've had it for a long time. Honestly, even as a YouTuber, I'm loving the Switch Lite because I learned that the record function on the system actually is pretty darn useful. It captures the last 30 seconds, and that's how I've been recording a lot of my gameplay so that I can use the Switch Lite, so that I can play portably, so that I don't have to dock always. Because for years I just docked everything, and that's why the OG Switch was kind of like the one I had to use. As a YouTuber, I would dock it and capture. And yeah, if I want long form capture, if I want a live stream, absolutely I need that. But in order to make sort of like review impression type videos or just coverage of games or whatever, I can just quickly click that last 30 seconds and then I get to use the Switch Lite. Now I found that it's pretty easy to have your games across, your profile across a OG Switch and a Switch Lite. You just have to make sure that this one is the primary system, because most likely your dock console will have access to the internet because you'll be home and you want this to be the primary one that doesn't need to check into the internet. It's a very simple setup. It's real easy to run through. I have a video about it if you want to check it out. It's not hard at all, and then you can just access the eShop and switch primary systems if that becomes a problem. That's like a snap of a finger, easy switch. But let's talk more about this system. Cannot wait for Pokemon. This is going to be the way to play. I think this is going to be the hot one for the holiday season. Black Friday will not see any discounts on the Switch Lite. I can guarantee you that. There was that bogus Walmart ad that said it'll be $50 off. It's not going to be. It's going to be $200 the whole holiday season. So the turquoise, the yellow, the initial gray-black, and now this new Zacian and Zamazenta Pokemon multicolored magnificent edition will also be $200. But if you're going to grab one, I think this is the way to go. I mean, again, I like the yellow a lot. I think Nintendo was bold to pick these OG Game Boy Color colors. I like that so much. And the turquoise is my go-to. This has been my guy for the last month or so. And it'll be sad to see him go, but this is going to be the main one. And I want to see what it's like if I put it in my favorite little protector here, just to see what that's going to look like. Oh, it looks great. We got the dark gray, the light gray, rocking out. And again, you can still kind of see the Pokemon. I don't know if you can get a little glimpse. You can still kind of see them through there, but for all I know, if I'm sitting a few feet away from you, I think this is just a nice light gray Switch Lite. And then I flip it around, you're like, dude, where'd you get those blues clues of buttons? It's pretty freaking awesome. It's a fantastic system. The screen is barely smaller, the games look great, and it's my favorite way to play everything, but especially indies. So when we're rocking, you know, Ukulele and the Impossible Lair, when we're putting in a round of Slay the Spire, when we're going back to Into the Breach, when we're getting ready for Hollow Knight Silksong, we're playing Ori and the Blind Forest, when we're doing a little dance in Children of Morta, it's pretty freaking fantastic to play this way, play portably. It's a great travel system, and now you've got it in a super sweet color way. I love that the emphasis is all on the front, that they kept it subtle on the back, so the front is the emphasis. So if you do put a protector on, if you do put it in any sort of carrying case, it's going to work wonderfully to not obscure what I personally find awesome about this. I know that some people will adore the back, will adore the art, whether you're going sword or whether you're going shield, which, what are you doing by the way, sword or shield? I think I gotta go Shield. Even though Sword seems like the cooler one, Shield has the better exclusives based on what they've revealed thus far. I'm pretty pumped for that. But anyways, if you want it, it's there. And don't get me wrong, it's visible. It's not like you have to like move it around to see. I don't know how well it's showing on the camera, but it's definitely there. It's just subtle, and I like that. I like that they didn't go heavily colored with the Pokemon so that it like stood out and was like super bold. If you don't want it that way, if for some reason you're not a Pokemon fan, and you're not getting the game, you still could rock this, honestly, as just a super cool look for the Switch Lite. Honestly, you're never going to be looking at the back. You put a case or a protector on the back, you're not going to even see the Pokemon. For all you know, it's just a very cool blue and magenta Switch Lite. So I don't think if you're not getting the games next week, that should be a detractor for you, honestly. It's going to be covered most of the time. They made sure it's not offensive, it's not in your face. In fact, I would say it's more subtle than the Pokemon Let's Go limited edition Switch that came out last year that had sort of the Pikachu and Eevees on the back, because those, I don't know, those are much more visible and much more apparent. But what do you guys think in terms of comparison? Does it beat out the turquoise? I mean, gray is a basic color, but it's like the front is where the action's at. I do like the white with the color. I think that was a great idea, but this is still hands down my favorite. Yellow versus new silver. It's like, do I call it the Pokemon edition, the Zacian and Zamazenta edition, the silver edition? What do we call it? The best edition, the Switch Lite. Now you've got three choices here, so we can go turquoise, yellow, and new stupendous gray. This is the one that I love. This is the one I'm going to use. And as much as I still obviously use my OG Switch for multiplayer sessions, for TV play, ain't going to get none of that out of this. You can do multiplayer if you have like Joy-Con Pro controllers and you want to just set this up. No kickstand, but you can set it up. It's not that hard. It's a decent sized screen. It's fine for like some portable adventures. But as much as I still love that original Switch setup for bigger stuff, this is my Luigi's Mansion 3 machine, right? This is my, like I said, Ukulele and Impossible Lair machine. This is my Children of Morta machine. This is going to be my Pokemon Sword and Shield build that team and watch out for Impidimp machine. Gigantamax in my way through the holiday season. Let me know what you guys think of this Switch Lite in the comments down below. It's pretty super awesome, but I want to hear from you. So hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Which Switch Lite is your favorite? If you don't have one, which color would you want to get? And if you do have one of the launch day units, would you be tempted to swap it out? You could probably sell your Switch Lite on eBay or something like that and get a pretty solid price, especially around the holiday season. Or maybe you gift it to a friend, kind of dust it off and gift it. I don't think that's actually that bad. I'd say like, hey, pretending it's new isn't the greatest, but you're giving someone a Switch Lite. That's glorious and generous as is. So it's okay, dust it off. Grab this one if you want it, or you can just leave it, honestly. The Switch Lite is fine. You don't need a Switch Lite. The regular Switch is fine, is what I meant, and you don't need a Switch Lite, but it is a pretty cool way to play portably, and it's my favorite. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a fantastic day. You're also my favorite, and until next time, Switch Force out.